Comprehension is about understanding an author's message and is developed by students understanding the purpose for their reading before they start reading. It's developed through reading a full range of text types because comprehension abilities can be influenced by the text types being read. It's developed by students increasingly having the capacity to monitor their own comprehension and to be able to adjust their comprehension strategies depending on their understanding or not of the author's message. Comprehension strategies can be taught and strengthened at the pre-reading, during reading and after reading stages. There are 9 significant reading comprehension strategies that need to be explicitly taught and strengthened with increasingly more complex texts. The significant comprehension strategies are connecting with prior knowledge, predicting, getting the main idea, visualising, summarising, synthesising, monitoring and clarifying, inferring, questioning. What factors might lead to a student developing comprehension difficulties, even though they have secure decoding skills and can read fluently? Provide examples based on students you have taught. There's a range of factors that influence development of students' reading comprehension. When comprehension development is the focus, students need to be reading instructional texts. They also need to be reading the full range of text types. Educators need to be allocating specific instructional time, and their instruction needs to be both systematic and explicit as they take students through a cycle of modelling and guided practice, leading into students independently applying those comprehension strategies when reading their instructional texts. Students also need to read many texts because we cannot compensate for lack of practice. Some students have late emerging comprehension difficulties that weren't evident in the early years of school. So why might this be the case? For some students, they are not developing a broad general knowledge that we know is essential for comprehension. They may not have the topic and concept knowledge that they need to understand what it is they're reading, or that the texts that they are reading are so much more complex for them that their comprehension cannot keep pace. Watch the video of a student's retell following their read of Monkey Beach, a level 16 narrative text. Then use the retell rubric to rate the student's ability to retell what they have read. Discuss and justify your decisions using specific examples.
Now, having read Monkey Beach, I'd like you to tell me everything you remember about this text. Start from the beginning and tell me in order what you read about.
First, the king family went to the monkey island, and then they got into their room, and then they sat on the table and they went swimming, and then the mum said she was going to read a book, and then she fell asleep, and then they took the book. Then she fell asleep, and then they took her hat. For the king family, they took her hat and her drinks, and for the other family, they took their glasses and their drink. And then they saw the monkey, and then they saw the monkey, and then they saw the sign, and then it said, "Beware from monkeys stealing things." And they started laughing because they saw the sign and the monkey was wearing their stuff.
Would you like that to happen to you? Is there anything else you want to add?
And then the king family look after the other family stuff while they went swimming, and that's all.
The first logical way of assessing a student's comprehension of what they've read is to ask them to do an unassisted retell. Now, by that we mean we invite students to tell us what they remember from what has been read. We can give a leading statement such as, "Tell me in order what you just read about," because we want to gather information about what they believe is important to retell and whether they retell in a coherent and logical way. If a student's unassisted retell has been incomplete or insecure, we can move them onto an assisted retell process. And by that, we can give them some questions to lead their thinking about what it is they just read. Questions at the literal, inferential, and evaluative level help us to establish what students took in terms of comprehension from the author's message. Watch the following video of the students' responses to the literal, inferential, and evaluative questions about Monkey Beach. Then use the comprehension rubric to rate the students' comprehension of this text at each of these levels. Discuss and justify your decisions using specific examples.
What did Ryan see on his way to the room at the resort?
Saw another family.
What did the King family do after they put their bags in their room?
They went for a swim.
What did Mum do while Dad and the children went for a swim?
She said she was going to read a book, but then she fell asleep.
Why did Dad get some food and drinks on the way to the beach?
Because if they got hot, they suppose they would have drank some to make them cool down.
Why didn't Mum see what happened to the things?
She fell asleep.
Why did Jasmine wonder if the other family took their things?
Because there was no families around anymore, and then maybe as Mum was asleep, they maybe weren't looking at them, Dad and the two kids. So maybe when the Mum was sleeping, they took their stuff, the drinks, and they went straight away.
Okay. How has the author used the illustrations to give hints about what happened to the family's things?
On this page, there's no more people here, and this was their table, and there's nothing on this, and they went, so they maybe took their stuff and their stuff away. That's
okay. Thank you. How would you feel if the events in this story happened to you?
I don't know.
Could the events in this story happen in real life?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the monkey can go on the table. The monkey can go on the table and take her stuff.
Thank you.
Determine your plan of action for this student in relation to developing their reading comprehension, including their ability to retell. Refer to pages 111 to 127 of Read, Record, Respond for examples of relevant instructional approaches.